Welcome back, guys. Today on the van we are finally getting around to installing our new, let's see what we got here. We got our Moog Springs. I'm making a mess already. These are the spring insulators. I'm not sure if I need them, but they're only like 20 bucks for both, so might as well just get new ones. And we got some new Bilstein Shocks for the front end. So my overall plan with this is I want to lift the van a little bit. It's not 4x4, so I don't want to do like a 4.5, or honestly anything more than 4.5 would be crazy if it was just two-wheel drive. So that being said, I looked into the Action Van suspension. I thought about it. You know, we're talking $2,000 plus. So I don't know, I just couldn't justify spending that much. I can always do it down the road, right? So I've been doing my research, and from what I can tell and what I found out online, these springs are supposed to be a lot taller than the ones that come stock. Also too, I don't know how old these are. They look pretty nasty, and especially that shock. So either way, it's going to give us some kind of lift. I'm hoping it gives me at least 1.5 to 2 inches of raise. So once we do the front end, depending how much we get, I'm gonna buy some blocks for the rear and new shocks, and then from there we're gonna get some beefier tires, probably some BFG KO2s, and some probably American racing wheels, not the Bajas, because everyone does the Bajas. So we'll probably be doing the Outlaw 2s. I actually got those on my truck and I really like them, so I'll probably do those in the black. And yeah, so that's overall, that's the overall game plan. But today's video, we are working on the front end only. So yeah. All right, so first things first, we're gonna measure how much wheel gap we got from the tire to the fender before, and then we'll measure it again after, right? All right, guys, so we are sitting just at like 33 3/4 off the ground. If we're going, we're focusing on the bottom lip of the fender. So yeah, I would say 33 3/4. Let's see how much lift we get. So I believe this is a 10 mil. I'm not sure what size the top of this shock is quite yet. I think it's a 5, like, I have no idea, but I know this is a 10 mil. So I think first things first is we're gonna get the shock out and kind of just go from there. So stay tuned. All right, guys, we got the spring out. Rob's here helping me out. I didn't get on video because it was a pain in the ass, okay? I'm not gonna lie. We watched a couple videos earlier and, like, I don't know, whatever. So that's the old one. There's the new one. And before we throw that in, we're just gonna get the shock out, put the new one in. I'm sorry I'm not getting any video of taking these things off or putting them on, but we just got the shock in, so now time for the coil. All right, guys, we finally got the right side done, the passenger side done. It took a lot longer than I expected, but now I know exactly how to do this thing. I'm a mess. Shout out to Rob for helping me. But this is what it's looking like right now. We're not gonna measure it yet, but yeah, we got the new spring, new shock, and it definitely needs new bigger tires because it's sitting at an angle. Look at this fucking mess we got. But yeah, so I am gonna try to walk you guys through it a lot more on the driver's side, because we now know exactly how to do this. Learning curve, but you know what? We got it done. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. All right, guys, first thing, get it jacked up. We're gonna take the bottom bolt off the shock, and then we're gonna undo the bolt on the top of the spring. There's that back bolt.
Twist it fucking off.
Boom. All right, bottom bolt on the shock's off, out of the way. We're gonna undo this 10 mil.
Oh fuck you! This is so much fucking. You get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's like we know what we're doing. To the side, boom, baby. That's called man string. All right, guys, so I actually bought new Moog spring insulators. This little guy right here, this one actually is fine. We replaced the other side, it was fine. I bought these, I'm gonna use them. So this is just rubber, so I'm gonna cut it off, put the new one on. Once you cut it, it'll come right off. Here's the new one. Here's the part number for the new one, K1643. And we're working on a 99 E250 today. It should fit a lot of E150s, E250s, and E350s. Just check the part number. Just like that, and that's it. To get to the top of the shock, it's impossible to get a wrench or a socket wrench up there. So go to Harbor Freight, you're gonna buy one of these. It's like an 8-in-1 socket wrench. And you wanna get the standard, because that, well, you know what? It could be different, I don't know. But for mine, the top nut is a 5/8, I believe. That's what I said earlier. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 5/8. But I'll link the part number in the description for this exact model, but it's like an 8-in-1 wrench. So you can get back here, because other than doing this way, you have to go through the fucking floor by the brake pedal, and I don't want to do that. So go pick one of these up. All right, guys, so as you can see, that tool, we're using the 5/8 side. That's sitting on top of the nut, and we're using, what size is that wrench, Rob?
18 millimeter.
18 millimeter. This is for us, so it could be different for you guys. But as you can see, we're holding the top nut, and Rob's just doing it with this. That made sense. But as soon as it gets loose enough, you might even be able to start twisting it by hand. You know what I mean? We are racing against the sunset right now. We're trying to see if we can get this done within the next 20 minutes or so. But yeah, guys, this is the part number right here. 33-187563. I'll have all the parts in the description, the shocks, the springs, and those insulators as well, guys. We are almost there. Rob is almost there. Rob did it. Oh my God, dude. What a pain in the ass. All right, guys. Spring. Rob's contemplating life right now, dude. The flashlight. All right, now it's my turn to do something. All right, guys, so we got our plate and bushing on. Get this lined up for, yep, just like this. All right, so now, oh, here you guys go. Here's a fucking learning. That bushing still on, we gotta take it off. See it?
Oh yeah.
Did the bushing come off from the top one?
I can't see the video.
Oh, damn it, it didn't. So we're gonna have to get up in there. So there's the bottom piece. Hopefully we can just fucking pry it out from here or push it through. There we go. I don't know how I'm gonna get that. I think it fell back here.
Is that it right there?
Nope, that's the bottom piece. Here's the top piece. All right, so now we can put this through. We're gonna get this bushing on there. Put the plate. And then lastly, do not drop this fucking nut, dude. All right, guys, so we got it in there. Tightening it down is a little more, it's time consuming. And the reason being is because, so the tool right here is holding the top nut. We were twisting the shock by hand to snug down the nut. So what we're gonna do though, we're just gonna get it snug off camera because it's just time consuming. But then the next step is getting on the spring. All right, guys, we got the shock in there. We're about to throw in the new spring. I'm gonna lower it, Rob's gonna throw it in. And guys, little tip, springs do go one way. See these springs on top, how they group more together? This is the top, this is the bottom. Oh, we're not that bad. We're not that bad.
Better than last time.
Ready?
Yeah. Just a little bit. Okay, good.
Going up. Good?
Yeah.
Top, bottom, good?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way I could do this myself, bro.
We're in.
I'm gonna go a little bit more. All right, Rob got it in. Threading it on by hand, right there. And guys, the way that thing hooks on, it's like a little hook on the back, you know? So you can probably even feel it. Yeah, you can feel it on the top side. Now the last thing, guys, we gotta get that right there. You can see the shaft. We just gotta get the shock over it. And we're gonna do this shit off camera because it's dark and we're trying to get this shit done. All right, guys, we finished the springs and the shocks the other day. It was definitely a learning curve. I've never done shocks or springs, but I can tell you this. Watch a couple of videos, take your time, get the right tools, and you can do it. So the best way to do this, by the way, we also removed the front sway bar off the van. I don't know if that helped, but we did. So we took the front sway bar off. And then the best way to, to do this job, guys, lift it up, undo the bottom bolt of the shock, okay? Then once you get that bottom bolt off, push the shock off the little shaft out of the way, undo the 10mm on the top of the spring, then you lower the jack down, and what's happening is it's taking all the tension off the spring itself, right? And that's when you can pull the spring out, replace the spring insulator if you desire. I did, like I said, I bought some. I'll link them in the description. So I just replaced them just because I had them. Yeah, so now once the spring's out, go ahead and take the top nut off the shock, and now the whole old shock is out. Throw it away, take your new shock, get the top nut threaded on. Then if you need to, we had to, because we went to bigger coils. I mean, we gained a lot. So lower the jack some more, pop the new coil in, jack it back up, put the 10mm on the coil, and then do the bottom bolt for the shock. That's the best way. We've figured it out. I think that's the only way you can really do it. There wasn't a video on YouTube really explaining it that way. It was more just like doing it. So I don't know. On the driver's side, I tried explaining it a lot more and having a lot more video of us doing it than we did on the right side, because the right side, the passenger side, that was our first time. It took us like 2 hours to do the right side. But once we were able, we knew how to do it, it took us 40, maybe 45 minutes to do the driver's side. So it was pretty sweet. So, but yeah, stay tuned for the after height. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Do all that cool stuff, like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, guys, till next time. Originally on the passenger side, it was 33.5. All right, so now we are sitting at 36.25. Wow, that's a lot. So 33.5 to 36.25, what is that? 2 3/4, like almost 3 inches. Yeah, I think that's right. I don't know, roast me if I'm wrong. But I'll be honest, guys, I measured it the night of finishing and we were at exactly 37. I drove it around town and it's definitely settled a little bit, which is a given. So still over 2 inches of lift just from coils, which is insane. And we got beefier tires coming in already. Those probably be on within the next week. But yeah, guys, if you want a inexpensive lift, I mean, it's not even a lift, it's just, I mean, call it what you want, I guess, but just inexpensive, definitely go with these coil springs. They seem to be pretty solid, and I just wanted more ground clearance, and these are going to do exactly just that. I'm going to order some blocks now for the rear, and then yeah, kind of just go from there. Peace.